What is up, YouTube? It is I, Clutch Marles, and I'm back, and I'm jacking it. So the Kia, we have decided, is bound for the scrapyard. So we're stripping it down, taking everything off it, like the aluminum rims, the converters, as much copper wiring as we can. Where to start? So the strut, now right now the tire is off the ground, but we bent it back out, put the tire on, lowered it, and the strut is smashed down on top of the tire to the point the tire's bowed. The tire's towed in, so it honestly needs a new strut, a tie rod, and probably a lower A-arm. In a car that's already won me $1,100, the front bumper's gone. Like, the ass is gone. And you know, I'm just sitting out here looking at it the other night, and I was like, well, between the converters, the rims, and the price of scrap metal, like, I could easily just haul all this off and buy the wife a fresh car to run and have a better chance at doing good, rather than me drop $200 to $300 at Rock Auto just to make this thing be able to hit the track. I'm going this route. So yeah, that's what I've been up to the past couple days. So I'd like to say I am like 110 subscribers away from hitting my goal of 5,000 this year. If you guys haven't yet, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends. This weekend I'm going down to, I'm calling it Cookieville, Tennessee. I'm going down there to pick up a Chevy Lumina. My buddy told me, like, hey, if you come down to pick this up while there's a derby going on, I'll let you run something. So I looked at the schedule, told him I'm gonna come run Cookieville, and it's probably Cook with an E, Cookville. I don't know, but I'm excited to go down there and hang out with them this weekend. I don't even know what I'm running. I think he said he's got an Oldsmobile. He told me to, I called him, messaged him, and said, hey, if you just have a complete car, like, I'm cool with building it at the track. You know, we pretty much did that to this in 3-hour build. And he said, bring some tools. We might need to do some more to it when you get here. So I've created my MWFA in a box. We got a couple drills, an impact. We got a fan for the wife. We got the radio. We got a bunch of batteries, battery cables, and hand tools. And that's honestly all you need for an MWFA. Move the batteries, and a ratchet strap. Move the battery, ratchet strap it in, ratchet strap behind the seat, take out the windows, and go. So yeah. So the wife is at softball practice. I'm out here trying to figure out how to get the back converter off the back side of this manifold. There was a motor mount here, motor mount in the middle, and one on the side. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to ratchet strap the engine forward. There's motor mounts on the back of the engine. You know, kind of possibly why this thing was as stout as it was. It's the front frame rails are straight. she's kind of beastly. So I'm gonna crawl up underneath here, try to figure out how I'm gonna do this. While I'm working on cars, you know, I'm out here by myself. I'm listening to podcasts, and I'm just kind of curious, like, what kind of podcast do you guys listen to? Like what you guys listening to when you're building stuff? Whether it's music or podcast, yeah, let me know. So if not for the MWFA class, I'd never would have drove a Kia. Not my cup of tea. Never would have had a chance to work on one. I don't know if this will zoom in on it. It's hard to see, but the alternator is down there on the bottom of everything. Right back in there. I feel like to change the alternator in this, you'd honestly have to remove the tire and the strut, the axle, probably the inner fender well. Like, that's just a crazy design. Here we go. All loaded down. I got 3 totes of spray paint, 1 tote of power tools, this big tote full of t-shirts, got a couple of tables, some chairs, some 9-wire, and we are about ready to leave and make the 4-hour drive to Tennessee. We got some old TRX W-body tires. They said I might need to bring a set of tires. So we're about to embark on this 4-hour drive from Indiana to Tennessee. Stopping for gas and food right now. Our ETA is going to be there roughly about midnight. They said they want to, I messaged them. I said, what time are we getting started? They said, how about 8 a.m.? I was like, we can make that work. So, you know, even getting there at midnight, if I don't speed, like, I still get a good 8 hours, you know, nap. So that works out great for me. I'm excited. Last time I went to Tennessee, I won back-to-back classes, same car, the light weld and the heavy weld. And you know, this weekend they're doing MWFA and they're doing like gut and go front wheel drive. So there's a possibility for the reigning back-to-back champ to do it again. So let's go. As far as the killed in action Kia, it might be too dark to see it, but way down in there is the alternator. And so I'm trying to get the converter off of the back of the engine. I got all the motor mounts taken off. I ratchet strapped this forward, and last night I got one arm in here, one arm in here, and I'm just back there feeling around for bolts, hugging this engine all night long. And I got 5 out of the 6. I think I said it last night, the 6th bolt, you got to take the alternator off. So I watched a little video on that. Now they said you don't have to take the strut off. The guy in the video just undid his lower ball joint because he didn't want to mess up his wheel alignment, which I think the ball joint still would cause it to be off a little. But pretty much we'll just eliminate all of this, maybe even that lower A-arm, get our hands up in there nice and good. I got a buddy, he's a mechanic, and he looked it up and he said removing the rear converter is roughly a 3-hour job with a lift. So, you know, we are on point to get this done roughly 4 hours into it. It is Monday morning. I'm home from work, and that means we are back. It's somewhat daylight. Trying to get this converter off the back of this Kia. Like I said last time, I think it was Thursday night, I found out the alternator is down in there. It has to come off. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna work on tonight. But first, let's talk about my weekend. For starters, I am less than 90 subscribers away from my goal of 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if you haven't yet, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends. So this past weekend, I went down to Cookeville, Cookeville. I was calling it Cookieville. No one else did, so I thought I was saying it wrong. Went down there. They had like 13,000 people show up to watch a county fair. Now, the reason I was going down there, picked up this Lumina from a buddy, and he said, you know what? If you come down to pick this up during our county fair, I'll let you borrow a car. So I showed up. I left my house Friday night, got down there around midnight, went to the hotel, slept, got to his place at 8 a.m. He gave me a Oldsmobile Intrigue, stripped it out, took it to the MWFA. My plan was to run MWFA and then their gut and go compacts, front wheel drives, which was MWFA style builds. But I thought they'd do MWFA first. We were last, so I missed my opportunity there. So aluminum spindles all the way around the car, aluminum rims. Out of 11 of us, I was the only front wheel drive car. There was one Lincoln Town car. The rest was all minivans, and I got her down to 5th place, so I was proud about that. I didn't die. I got pictures on my Instagram and Facebook, a couple videos on TikTok. Passenger door got caved in, pretty gnarly. But you know, we kept going. Once I lost the passenger tire and I no longer had traction, you know, I decided to hang it up because, you know, you don't want to be a sitting duck in the van class. You know, just bob and weave, zig and zag, and the moment you can't get out of your way, you call her quits because they will make you. This seems like a pretty good way to end my week. Had a couple 16-hour days between my regular job, helping buddies with their projects, and my business. Tuesday, I believe, a guy messaged me and said, 2009 Dodge Grand Caravan, do you want any parts off it before I scrap it? And I was like, yeah, I want the struts, the spindles, the axles. Give me a price on those. And then I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I'd really love to have the radiator, you know, maybe the computer, donut tire. And then I just messaged him back, how much for the whole thing? Well, you know, we came to a conclusion here, and I got the whole thing. It runs and drives, and we think it needs a coil pack. Cylinder number 1 has a misfire, but it runs just rough. So last weekend, I believe it was last weekend, we went to Tennessee. I participated in a demolition derby and bought a car. On the way home, my trailer blew out a wheel bearing and it messed up the axle, the brakes, all that. I limped it home. I got a trailer place that I use to make all my repairs, and it's been sitting all week, and they called me and they're like, it's gonna be $2,000 to replace, you know, to get it up and going again. Now, granted, I just paid $500 for all new lights, wiring back in June. This week I've ordered $500 worth of tires for my trailer. So, you know, I'm like $3,000 deep in a trailer just on maintenance this year. So I'm like, you know, for that kind of price, you can almost, like, that's half of a new one. So went this weekend, picked up a new car hauler. I still have my old one. Apparently the place I went to does allow trade-ins, but I wasn't going to try to limp my trailer 4 hours with just 9-wire holding up a rear end. So, you know, hauling cars is almost become a lifestyle for me. It's like my weekend job. So I went and picked up this one. I still have my broken trailer. I'm gonna fix it. We'll do it ourselves. Maybe we'll make a YouTube video on that so that, you know, you guys, if you're interested. But yeah, went, picked up this new car hauler. I fell in love with it. It's the same length and everything as my old trailer, but look at these rims. And now we got a spare tire. The fender on the driver's side detaches, and I was told that was for when you drive a car over, you can pop the fender off and then you can open the door, I guess if it's a low profile car. Picked up these. My buddy was gonna throw them away. It's a 4x4 post in half of a whiskey barrel. This is all concreted and rocks put in. People had it as their like patio. They had Christmas lights all over the top of it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe the wife wants a patio. Who knows? So yeah, I hauled those out for him. So we got a new trailer. We got a new van. It's been a long week. I have to go get some orders out. And if you guys want me to get your order out, order something. clutchmarles motorsports.com. And you know, we got t-shirts, decals, hoodies. You know, fall will be here before you know it. We got GoPro mounts, we got cases. So yeah, check it out. And we got a pretty good collection on vans going now. What we got, 4.5. Yeah, where are we going with these? Who knows? But hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see y'all next week.